Frankenfurt! Okay, well that was my 80s metal intro. So something very strange indeed happened. I went to bed. We hadn't started war. We just got off of a loss. A lot of times we'll take a day off just to recuperate after that. And I wake up, no war, and I'm looking at my phone on the way to bed. It's just about time to go to bed. I got to get up early the next morning, and war is about to start in 20 minutes. And my brain melted a little bit. For the first time, we apparently started a friendly war against a clan called Men from Heaven, which, well, I'll leave that alone. I have no idea who these guys are. I have no idea how this friendly war started, but this was incredibly, pointlessly lopsided. They had nothing but Town Hall 9s and like a 6, and we had a 11, a couple of 10s, and a bunch of high-powered 9s. So this was a friendly war, and it wasn't even remotely fair, so I kind of didn't even really care about my war attacks performing well, but I needed to get them in just because I can't not do my war attacks. So I thought, well, what the heck, let's experiment a little bit. So let's look at this base. Hey, when you look at this base, if you're thinking HPHB, you're thinking something very different than me. I don't know how one would really effectively attack this base with HPHB. HPHB works great when you've got a core you can go in and smash, and you can sprinkle hogs in around the edge. That's not the case here. But that's the army that I cooked, and I didn't have any time to cook anything else, so I went ahead and said, well, let's experiment. I said, why don't I try? So I got both my heroes in the town hall here, right? So this is the closest thing you have to a core. Why don't I try funneling with a baby dragon to take care of these buildings, and I'll send my Pekka in here with healers behind them, and eventually I'll send in my queen and my bowlers. And if the Pekkas can keep moving in this direction with bowlers behind them, the Pekkas can tank, and they might be able to just kind of wipe out all this stuff. Maybe go through here and wipe out through here, and then I'll just have a short little run for the hogs to go through. So that was the experiment, and did it work? Not even remotely well. So let's watch what happens. You send a baby dragon in. That part worked well. Just shooting fireballs at stuff. So in come the Pekkas, healers behind them, tanking is there. And they're going to work through these high hit point buildings, but they don't really care. I send my queen in, now my king's still down. So queen in, then bowlers behind them to help take stuff out. So king is gone. And here's where things start to go sour. So I didn't drop the range troops right to take any of these buildings out, so my queen's going to walk. And then my Pekkas are going to split. You don't appreciate how well walls help to keep your troops together until you don't have any. So my troops split, and everything that goes into here has now got a lot of heat on it. They're just going to peter out and die eventually because the healers split as well. My queen went in one direction. My healers went one with her. Some went in the core. They just did a bad job of splitting. So the experiment failed. It did not produce the desired results, we'll say. And so it was a bit of desperation. I'll just go ahead and drop the hogs. Why not? We got the 2-star at least. But just way, way too much base for the hogs to take. And eventually they're going to peter out. And that's going to be the end of it. So that was a fun experiment. Now, since I have some time left over, because that was such a quick little attack and a quick little experiment that I didn't really put much thinking into, let's look at this, just because this is funny. They had a Town Hall 6. I don't know when the last darn time I saw a Town Hall 6 was, but our 11 tacked it with just his heroes and a few archers to help with the outside of the base. So he drops a Grand Warden and King on this side, and Queen with some healers behind her. She starts popping off the archers in the clan castle of all absurd things. And he pretty much just smashes the crap out of this base with nothing else other than an archer to clean that up and one to clean that up. Just for time, but he wasn't even close on time. Yeah, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Not even like remotely close to being fair. Yeah. So that's funny. That's funny. Alright, second attack fared a little bit better.